Hey everybody, Steve Przebrowski here. Welcome to tip number 29 in the 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Exam series. So, as a reminder, my website, code3firetraining.com, has a lot of great free information on there. Please check it out if you get a chance and maybe learn a thing or two. Also, this series is based on my new book from Fire Engineering Books and Videos, 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Examination. It's a great resource for anybody wanting to be anywhere from an engineer all the way up to a fire chief position. So lots of great nuggets within. All right, in the previous tip, number 27, in the previous two tips, start this from scratch. In tip number 27, we discussed talking to those already in the position you aspire to, meaning if you're a firefighter preparing for the captain's test, talk to captains. They're doing the job that you want. And then in the last tip, number 28, we discussed talking to those who supervise the position that you aspire to, meaning you're a firefighter, don't just talk to the captains like number 27 suggested, talk to the battalion chiefs, the ones that supervise the captains, because they can also give you a lot of great insight. Now let's take it a step further for tip 29. Talk to those that have taken previous promotional exams. Now, there's two types of people that have taken previous promotional exams. Those that have passed and gotten promoted. Three types. Those that have passed and gotten promoted, who are probably more than happy to talk to you because they got the job. Well, those that passed but never got promoted, maybe because they died on the list or maybe they got passed over, but are taking the next test, they may not be willing to share that much information with you. So we got to be careful about who you pick and choose. And then there's also the third type of folks that have taken previous tests, but have failed it and then are miserable as hell because they failed it. They're bitter. They're never going to take a promotional exam again. I'm going to show the department, screw them. They lost out on a great promotional candidate. Seriously? No. If you're going to have that attitude where you failed a test or you got passed over or you didn't get the promotion, and you're going to take the attitude that the department screwed you and lost a great candidate and you're never going to take the test again, boo hoo hoo, I'm going to take my toys and leave. If that's you and your attitude, and that's how you handle the adversity that's thrown at you in life, guess what? Now they probably realize they did the right thing, because if that's your true colors coming out when you just got adversity thrown at you or life is unfair, and those are your true colors where you just sort of pack up, fold your tent and leave, guess what? They probably made the right decision to not promote you, because if that's how you're going to be in a leadership position, you're not going to be that successful. Because think about it, in leadership, again, leaders are any rank, firefighter up to fire chief, but especially in promoted ranks, the officer ranks, leaders are going to be having great days and not so great days. You know what? And it's not the curveball that's thrown at you that defines you. What defines you is how you handle the curveballs, how you handle the adversity, the bad days. That's the true, that's leadership. Anyone can do the easy stuff. It's the difficult stuff that makes it tough and makes you really earn your money. So try to talk to as many people as you can that have taken previous exams. Just realize though that if someone didn't pass it, didn't get promoted, they're probably gonna be bitter, and talk to them as well, but they may not be able to give you, I guess, positive professional advice. Never know though. But definitely talk to those that have been promoted, because again, they can be valuable resources. Just like I talked about tip 27, talk to those that have been, sorry, just like tip 27 shared, talk to those in the position. Well, those in the position, as well as those that are supervising the position, they passed the test, so they can also give you valuable advice. Not to get the answers. Don't expect hey, can you give me all the answers for the test? Pick their brains in a nice, professional, respectful way. Hey, any suggestions on what I should be doing to help succeed at the test? For the written exam, the oral interview, do you have any success tips? Do you have any nuggets? Go through each of the events, find out what the events are in your promotional exam, whether it's an oral interview, a written test, a writing exercise, role play, fireground scenario, whatever it is. Talk to the folks and say, hey, what should I expect in each of these events? Now realize though, don't take everything they say as gospel, because things can, do, and should change every promotional process. But just realize, just get the concepts in your head to help prepare you. And it may be a good springboard to answer more questions, or to ask more questions to them, to go down more rabbit holes. So talk to the folks that have taken the test, because they've obviously taken the test and passed the test. Well, those that have been promoted. Those that haven't been promoted can also be good resources too, assuming they're not too bitter, because you don't want any of that bitterness in the process. Trust me. Because you think about it, your goal should not be to ask them, hey, what are the answers on the test? I remember someone, when I was promoted to captain, I had a guy that failed the captain's test, and he literally came up to me because I did great on the test. And he goes, hey, Steve, congratulations on your promotion. Hey, thanks, brother. And then the next question, can I get all your notes for the test? And I'm like thinking to myself, seriously? Yeah, can I get all the notes for the test? Yeah, I got to take the next, I got to wait 18 months for the next test, but can I get all your notes? Not even a please, not even a thank you, not even a, I'll pay you for them. Not that I would sell them, but it was just, can I get all the answers for the test? And I'm like, internally, I want to say, F you, dude. But it's like, yeah, I don't think, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, let me think about that. Let me see what I can get. I just sort of put off, and I really didn't make a decision. And he never came back for him. So he obviously wasn't that serious about it, because he never did do well enough on a test to get promoted. He stayed a firefighter, which was probably his rank that was meant to be. That's okay. We need people. We need great people at all ranks. But anyway, don't be that person that says, hands out, can I get all the answers, please? Trust me, if you've got a good, respectful, ethical attitude and you're very professional about it, when you start talking to people that are in the position that you want, or the ones that supervise the position you want, or the ones that have taken previous tests, which is usually obviously those two people, if they like you and they see some faith, they'll be more than happy to share suggestions for advice, as well as potentially even answers. So, but don't just come in expecting the answers. Instead, pick their brains for success tips and best practices, as well as to get the information on the overall process and the flow, realizing that things can and do change. So don't get locked into, well, it's going to be this on the next test. Well, sometimes things get changed. So, and that's not a bad thing. So just be flexible. And that's why it always comes back to the previous tip that I shared months ago: prepare for the position, not the test. Because if you prepare for the position, it doesn't matter what they throw at you, you're prepared to handle it. I know, easier said than done. So anyway, as always, thank you very much for the gift of your time. I'm hoping you're finding some value to these videos that I'm putting together. Feel free to reach out, connect with me on social media. Until the next time, y'all take care, be safe, and